When the world falls apart and the streets fill with danger, where would you want to hide? A tall apartment might look safe, but is it really the best place to survive? Today, we're breaking down the surprising pros and hidden risks, because your life might depend on the answer. Let's cut through the fantasy and look at the cold reality. We're talking classic slow walkers here, not Olympic sprinters. Your standard shuffling zombie that can't climb well, but never stops coming. We're also talking about your basic apartment building, not some luxury high-rise with security guards and backup generators, just a regular building with thin walls, cheap doors, and neighbors you barely know. You're either alone or with a small group of 4 to 6 people. Minimal gear, some street smarts, no special weapons conveniently lying around. This is real survival, not movie magic. So let's break down the advantages first, because apartments actually have several things working in their favor that most people completely overlook. Upper floors create instant distance between you and the chaos on the streets. Zombies are terrible climbers. If you block or destroy the stairwell, you've created a bottleneck that funnels everything into one easily defendable point. Maybe one main entrance, a back door, possibly a parking garage. Compare that to a house with front door, back door, side door, garage, and a dozen windows all at ground level. Apartments let you concentrate your defensive efforts instead of spreading thin, trying to protect every possible breach point. Those narrow hallways everyone hates during normal times, perfect for funneling threats into kill zones, where you control the engagement. Every single apartment unit is a potential supply cache. Your neighbors fled or died, and their stuff is still there. Canned goods in cupboards, batteries in drawers, first aid supplies in bathrooms, tools in closets. Multiply that by every unit in the building, and you've got serious scavenging potential without ever leaving the structure. While everyone else is fighting over the picked clean grocery store, you're quietly looting apartment 3B and finding enough food to last another week. If you've got a small group, you can actually make this work through division of labor. Someone stands watch while another cooks. Someone reinforces barricades while another scouts the building. You can rotate sleep shifts so everyone gets rest. One person handles water collection, another manages the meager rooftop garden, and someone else deals with waste disposal. Groups multiply effectiveness in ways solo survivors simply cannot match. Plus, having other humans around keeps you sane, which matters more than people realize. These aren't luxuries, they're mental health tools that keep you from losing your mind. When everything outside is pure nightmare, having a small bubble of normalcy inside your apartment keeps you functional. Sanity is a survival resource, and apartments provide it better than sleeping in ditches or abandoned warehouses. But now let's flip the script and talk about why apartments might actually kill you, because the disadvantages are absolutely brutal. Apartments are not farms. Once you eat everything in the building, you're facing starvation. Those cute balcony tomatoes, that's garnish, not a meal plan. Long-term survival means leaving the building regularly to find food, and every trip outside is rolling dice with your life. The building doesn't produce resources. It only contains what was already there, and that runs out fast when you're feeding multiple people. If the ground floor gets overrun, you're trapped above with nowhere to go. Elevators are useless without power. Fire escapes are exposed metal ladders that announce your position to every zombie and hostile survivor within visual range. It's basically a spotlight telling everyone exactly how to reach you. If you destroyed the stairs to stay safe, congratulations. You've turned your apartment into a luxury prison with a great view of your impending doom. When zombies pile up below and you can't leave, you're not surviving. You're just delaying death in comfort. Apartments burn, and they burn fast. One cooking accident, one candle knocked over, one electrical short, and the entire building becomes a towering inferno. There's no escape hatch. Just smoke-filling hallways, panic, and the choice between burning alive or jumping from a lethal height. Fire kills more survivors than zombies in urban outbreaks because buildings are tinderboxes waiting for ignition. Sound travels through apartment buildings like they're designed to amplify noise. Slam a door and it echoes down the entire hallway. Run a generator and everyone within 3 blocks knows you have power. Argue with your group about food rations and zombies. Hear dinner bells ringing. Thin drywall. Cheap wood. Hollow doors you can practically kick through. If determined zombies mob your door or human raiders want in, these barriers delay them for minutes, not hours. You're not holding a fortress, you're hiding behind cardboard pretending it's stone while hoping nobody tests its strength. Zombies don't clean up after themselves. Kill one in the hallway and you've got a rotting biohazard contaminating the air. Someone dies and turns in the unit next door, and that smell comes through the vents into your space. You need to sanitize, quarantine, and figure out body disposal. Suddenly, the real problem isn't zombies. It's deciding who gets corpse duty this week, and if you're solo, it's permanent. Good luck maintaining sanity while dragging decomposing neighbors down stairwells. Medical emergencies become death sentences. Break a bone, get an infection, suffer food poisoning, and you're done. No ambulance is coming, no hospital will take you. Every scrape risks infection. Every cough triggers paranoia. Got a fever? You're now the most dangerous person in the group because nobody knows if it's the flu or an infection. In tight quarters with limited medical knowledge, minor injuries escalate to fatal complications fast. 4 to 6 people, locked in tight spaces, under constant stress, leads to conflict. Arguments over food distribution, disputes about sleep shifts, someone is eating the last decent meal without asking. Personality clashes, leadership struggles. Worst case, someone cracks under pressure and becomes an internal threat, more dangerous than zombies outside. People kill each other over stupider things than survival. And enclosed spaces magnify every tension until something breaks. Urban density works against you hard. More people equals more zombies. More zombies equals more danger pressing against your walls every single day. The undead don't knock politely. They pile up, press against barriers, and eventually break through. One breach, one horde, one desperate group kicking down your barricade, and your haven becomes your tomb. Cities fall first, and apartments sit right in the middle of infection central. Infrastructure collapse kills the illusion of safety. Water pressure drops within days without maintenance. Electricity cuts out, gas lines fail, no lights, no hot water, no flushing toilets, just darkness, filth, and a countdown to your next dangerous supply run. The later into the outbreak you get, the riskier and less productive those runs become. Everything close gets looted. You have to venture further each time, increasing exposure. Constantly climbing stairs with supplies wears you down physically. Exhaustion accumulates. If you're solo, the mental toll of isolation, with nothing but moaning downstairs and creaking walls, can push you past breaking points. Loneliness corrodes judgment and willpower. Many solo survivors don't die from zombies. They die from giving up because the grind of solitary survival becomes unbearable. So what's the final verdict? Could you actually survive in an apartment building? If you're with a group of 4 to 6 people, you've got a legitimate shot, especially early on. You can share workload, protect each other, loot efficiently, and maintain morale through shared experience. Short-term group survival rating is 7 out of 10. You'll likely make it through the initial chaos with smart decisions and cooperation. Long-term group survival drops to 4 out of 10. You simply cannot stay there forever. Resources run out, infrastructure fails, zombies accumulate. Eventually you must adapt, relocate, or die. If you're alone, the math gets brutal. You're juggling everything by yourself. Security, supply runs, cooking, waste management, emotional stability. Short-term solo survival is 4 out of 10. You might fly under the radar and survive through stealth and efficiency, but odds are against you from the start. Long-term solo survival crashes to 2 out of 10. Without skill diversity and inability to multitask effectively, survival becomes nearly impossible. Most solo apartment survivors either die from mistakes caused by exhaustion, get overwhelmed during a supply run, or simply lose the will to continue fighting alone. Stay too long and your apartment stops being a shelter and starts being a tomb with a great view.